Conversation around greatness can have nothing to do with the conversation around being a cultural phenomenon. And now, there is no debate that Caitlin Clark has become exactly that. Think about it. The Nike historic shoe deal she just signed, she signed because companies like to make money. And they know they will make money. Because when Caitlin Clark walks into a coffee shop in the middle of nowhere, people recognize her. Because when you are on Saturday Night Live and every news and entertainment network along the way, not just sports networks, you've risen above the conversation about your play and you've become a cultural.
To get your hands on the Caitlin Clark version of Nike's Kobe Bryant sneaker, you're out of luck. They are out of stock.
Just made $28 million with Nike. She's getting a signature shoe. Unfortunately, she is still left to deal with all of the...
Most people weren't prepared for this at all. And honestly, I wasn't planning to dive in either. I told myself to step back, let it fade, let the noise die down. But then Nike made a move too bold to ignore, and the media pulled the same disappearing act with key details vanishing like clockwork. That's when it hit me. This story wasn't going anywhere, and someone had to face it head on. With ESPN sidestepping it and major outlets forgetting how to ask the right questions, it landed here, in my seat. No spin, no hype, just raw truth. The entire saga boils down to two shoe boxes, two starkly different realities. One gleams, edges perfect, gold label shining under pristine lighting in Nike's vault. A CC1 sample. The first Caitlin Clark signature, quietly crafted while the world looked elsewhere. The other box tells a different tale. Scuffed, dusty, tape failing to hold a faded A1 label. Ignored on a shelf for years, unseen and uncelebrated until sneaker Twitter unearthed the paperwork and forced a hard look.
Monster. It is going to be the most popular and the most important shoe that Nike has released, definitely since the LeBron shoe, and maybe even dating all the way back to the Jordan shoe. And in terms of sales, it is going to be off the charts. And just listening to Caitlin talk about the features that this shoe is going to have, it is going to be next level in terms of the evolution.
Here's the part most haven't fully grasped yet. One of these shoes is poised for the throne, while the other is destined for clearance racks, donations, and the shadows, and none of it has to do with tech, cushioning, materials, or design. The real divide is something Nike learned the hard way, something the league is still decoding, something set to reshape how women's basketball is marketed and consumed. Picture it, a quiet locker room, no cameras, one player scrolling through a phone when it hits her, Jason Tatum rocking Caitlin Clark's Kobe P edition, Anthony Edwards doing the same, LeBron tossing a fire emoji straight at the swoosh, Luka showing up too. Every NBA star driving culture, all in the same shoe, backing the same rookie, amplifying the same story. And in that instant, her phone slips, hits the floor, cracks a tile. Now stop and think. What if the shoe that shifted the entire game hadn't even gone official yet? Before any signature deal, before ads, before contracts signed, it all started with a single screenshot at the perfect moment. Stay with me, because once the sales hit, once the behind-the-scenes moves come into focus, once pride, tension, and quiet resentment surface, your view of the league, Nike, and even the idea of legacy is about to completely shift.
At least it's going to be an atom bomb in terms of sales. It's going to be an atom bomb in terms of celebrities and athletes wearing them on the court. We've already seen that her CC colorways of the Kobe's are the most popular colorways that are being worn on WNBA and NBA courts right now. This is only the beginning. Once Caitlin's shoe comes out, it is going to be...
This isn't the moment to scroll past. This is where it gets real. Before any of it clicks, you need the full origin story. Because without it, you won't understand why one player kept climbing while the other lost footing. Adja Wilson, 6 feet 4 inches from South Carolina, built like a blueprint for dominance, NCAA champion under Don Staley in 2017, first overall pick to the Las Vegas Aces. And from day one, she did exactly what she was drafted to do, take over. Two-time WNBA MVP, back-to-back Olympic golds, WNBA champion, finals MVP, every major award, every record, her name etched. Arenas recognized her before she even stepped on the floor. Chants followed her out, loud, earned, undisputed. For years, She was the unquestioned queen of women's basketball, the greatest player no one seemed to notice. Her resume is untouchable: rings, MVPs, medals, efficiency, dominance. But here's the kicker: when you become the standard, everything else is measured against you, and not everyone handles that pressure the same way. That's where Caitlin Clark enters. Iowa guard, a 6-foot sharpshooter whose range looked unreal on film. She stepped into college hoops and instantly rewrote history. Records didn't just fall, they vanished. All-time NCAA scoring leader, men or women. 3-point record shattered, assist numbers so high analysts had to dig through old footage. 2 straight national title appearances, arenas packed wherever she went. Home or road, fans showed up just to watch warm-ups. And it wasn't only the stats, it was her style, confidence, and audacity, pulling from well beyond the line and daring everyone to keep up.
MVP of the Wnba, the greatest player in women's basketball that nobody cares about.
She had that unteachable spark, the crossover pull that changed everything. Grandparents in Iowa who never cared about basketball suddenly wore jerseys. Middle school kids in driveways were practicing step backs, trying to mimic her game. It wasn't hype, it was momentum, a movement, a wave building fast. Then the 2024 WNBA draft arrived. First overall pick to Indiana, and before she even played a professional minute, records were snapping. Draft night viewership spiked, ticket sales surged, arenas filled, jerseys flew off shelves, and social engagement exploded. Everything connected to her moved faster, louder, bigger. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson watched from Las Vegas. 2 MVPs, years of dominance, arms crossed. But every notification, every highlight, every interview, every debate told the same story. Caitlin Clark everywhere. Slowly, subtly, something shifted. You could see it in pauses, in body language, in comments that seemed neutral but carried weight. Quick eye rolls, dismissive tones, hints that she hasn't earned it yet. Nothing overt, nothing reckless, just enough to signal the spotlight had shifted. The energy started quiet, easy to ignore, then grew undeniable. The face of women's basketball was quietly being recast, and not everyone was ready for the new script. This isn't the moment to scroll past. This is where it gets real. Before any of it clicks, you need the full origin story, because without it, you won't understand why one player kept climbing while the other lost footing. A'ja Wilson, 6 feet 4 inches from South Carolina, built like a blueprint for dominance, NCAA champion under Don Staley in 2017, first overall pick to the Las Vegas Aces. And from day one, she did exactly what she was drafted to do: take over. 2-time